Seismic Dance Event, Light Edition. I'm here with the one and only Cristoph. Welcome.
Thank you.
This isn't your first time to Austin.
No. It's not the first time at Seismic, but it was a drive-in, so it's a light edition. So lights.
The light edition. So the one, yeah, you've played, I mean, you've been here a bunch. I've seen you a whole bunch. I remember the first time, I think we talked about this, like back at Echo Stage. So just to see your evolution all the way from when you were opening with Crits to now, you're also traveling all over the world. So how is this, where would you say now, presently, you are like with your music, and how are you feeling about everything?
I get asked this quite often, to be honest with you. I don't,
I'm just curious because you have this career,
it's more like a friend thing that say some of my friends are like, oh, you smack. I'm not one who just stands back and be like, oh, okay, like I'm very grateful for everything which is going on, don't get me wrong, but I've got motivation, I've got goals to reach, and I mean, I don't stand there and be like, oh, okay, it's this, whatever, you know. America's gone very, very well. I'm not going to deny that, you know. I'm really, really happy to be here. I'm happy to be living here. And as a kid growing up, I was very much like, fuck, I wish I was American type of thing. Yeah, I mean, watching those American Pie movies and stuff like that, it's like, it looks so fucking fun.
It is exactly like that, yeah.
See, compared to where we grew up, it's different, you know, and it's, I don't know, like it was something where I've always wanted, and now I'm getting given the chance to live here, to experience it all. Very, very grateful, but there's still a long way to go as a DJ to be exactly where I want to be and where I've promised my family and friends where I will get to, you know, and that's what it is. And I don't want to look back at the end of life and be like, fuck, I wish I should have done this, or I wish I could have done that. Like, I'll give it my all, and if it's like not meant to be to reach them goals, then it's not meant to be, you know. But I would rather know that I've given everything I've got in life to get somewhere and promise my dad, and I think everyone out there knows that I lost my dad and I've lost my brother, and them two are my two mentors in life, and at times I do feel very lost. But I promised them to do something, do you know what I mean? And like that's it's still a long, long way to go.
Well, thank you for sharing that. No, I know. They're with you all the time.
Of course, yeah. Of course, they take the piss when I get fucking cancelled flights or delayed. You know, I can see them two looking down, laughing. I'm like, you bastards, I'll get stood next to someone weird in the fucking airport. That's it.
Have you had any kind of weird? What's been a weird kind of funny experience or something?
The stories is.
I'm sure you have stories for days.
My friends are like, you should actually write a book, because it's as if some of them aren't believable. So I've got to have someone there to be like, that's true. Like my dad experienced some of them, and it's just like, what the fuck? But I mean, it's different cultures around the world, right? And we've got to kind of accept that you're in somebody else's country. The British get told that, especially the North, we've got this really kind of harsh accent, so we come across quite angry. I'm like, we're the most lovable people in the UK, but it's people, and I use the word cunt a lot.
I love the word cunt.
And it's like Australia. I remember I went down to Australia, and everyone down there is like, all right, cunt, and I'm like, hold on a minute, are you being it's
right, but the slang, like you said, the slang is different.
Again, going back to what we're doing, it's me being from Newcastle, a working class background. Would I ever be able to get the chance to go to Australia, to India, to where, South America, to anywhere? What the fuck? We'll get one holiday a year, and we'd probably choose Ibiza or somewhere like that. Do you know what I mean? It's an amazing life, which I'm.
That's one of the things, as I've gotten to know you over the years, and I think because people see you and you're very stoic when you're playing, and your music is just all. I've been listening. I've been a huge fan ever since your 8-track and just throughout the years.
Yeah.
But getting to know you and just seeing you have one of the biggest hearts, and you're also one of the funniest people I've ever met. And people don't see that side of you, like you said, because you're up there. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Like you said, and your heart. When I say his heart, the things that you do for people and things I've seen you do in interviews, and you always are paying it forward, and I feel like it's giving it right back to you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you look at it, we are nothing without like the fans or the people who come and pay money to see us. We're just another body in it.
Thank you for saying that.
And it's just kind of like, you've got to understand that, and you've got to pay homage to them. I've come from this background, and my mum and sister would slap the shit out of me if I got a arrogant attitude. It's just not me as a person.
You're one of those
my friends
humble
would do
people.
the same, and yeah, it's just like, look, this is obviously our job, but it's work, right? Like, you do your job, everybody else does their job, and this is what makes the world go round. Like, you know, that we're out there, and it's a great privilege to play music for people out there, but it could all be taken away from you the next day. You know, if you were a dickhead, it could be some, like, you know, the cancel culture and everything like that. And it's just not me as a person. Like, even passing an opinion on things, I'm very kind of not subdued, but I keep everything to myself. Like, each to their own, you know what I mean? Like, let them crack on. As long as people are smiling and having fun, you know, like, that's what everything should be about, really, I think.
I love that. Well, what's coming up for you that you're excited about?
Excited? I don't know about that. But I've got the next Facet's coming out. I think it starts next Friday. So again, it's a waterfall release. And I'm pretty much sorted for the rest of the year, release-wise. I've got a couple of singles coming out on my label. There's a track coming on Juna, which I don't know if I even know if I'm allowed to say it, but it's something which we've tried to clear for ages. That's fucking right. So it's that track with Pete Tong, the Where's the Music Gone?
Yeah.
Where I made years and years ago, and I never thought I could like clear a sample. Now Pete's on board with it, so that's amazing. And Juna sorted out, so great work to Juna. So I think a lot of people will be happy with that. I've got a track with Harry Diamond coming out. That'll be on my label called Hold Me Close. Me and a guy from Sweden have done So Much Love, which is the sample of this like Motown 70s track, which Bank Out and them use like So Much Love on. And it's great, but I don't know if we'll be able to clear a sample. I don't know if it's work, you know, to like stuff to work on. Then towards the end of the year, I'm going to release a Facet 4, which will probably be more of a collab Facet type of thing, just to try and introduce it, but also to showcase what I'm doing behind the scenes and stuff like that. And I think I've got another 2 or 3 remixes coming out, and then so yeah, it's going to be. I think last year we've done like 16 releases, also like 16 tracks in total. I think this year will probably be that, or maybe even a little bit more. And then next year, we've got some different plans. We'll see what one I feel like doing, but it's like kind of this year's sorted, released, so I need to start writing music for next year and the year after type of thing. So I like staying ahead of the curve, and you know, like just in case something happens, and I don't know, you get writer's block at times, you know, and it's just like, oh, you're not feeling influenced. Like, I want to have that back catalogue of stuff, you know, and I get taught that from the masters like Eric and stuff like that. You can see the size of his back catalogue. When I've travelled with him, man, he's doing like 5-6 tracks a fucking day in it. I'm like, can you slow down, mate, and just have a fucking glass of water? It's like crazy, man.
Well, I feel like you always lead by example. Like I said, your work ethic too, and that's why people also, I mean, they come to see you because they never know like what you're gonna pull out or what you're gonna try. Another fun fact about you that I learned recently is that you can pretty much produce any sound or song that comes to your head. You're comfortable with that, like saying that. Is there? I know you said that you've maybe like you produced like a Drake track or like really fast. So have you done anything like since then to kind of?
I don't know what like this happens. So like so back before I broke out, I kind of just stopped going out. And my friends are the most supportive people in the world. Like I love them all to bits. And then we're like, if you're gonna, because they're just like, if you're gonna stop, we're stopping. I mean, we used to come out of mine and I had this little like spare room in my old house, and we'd made it into the studio. And the light would come, so we just blocked out the wind. Like we just put this like big fucking wooden board across the window, so we could lock us, and no one would know the time. And everyone was crammed in. You've got like 10 people into. It's like probably about half of this side, and but they would all just sit there and get absolutely hammered. And I would just press buttons on Ableton, like just to see what happened. And it was, I mean, some of my early stuff and some of my stuff which I still do now is fucking shit. And I'm like, oh, and sometimes, and them, even when we're sat at home now, or they come across or whatever, or even on a flight, I'm like, that sounds good. And then you open it all. I mean, every producer out there can sympathise with this one, and then you open up the next day, it sounds terrible. You're like, what am I just? I thought that was good last night. I was like, what, you know? But these guys, they stood with me, and after a while, I could just understand what was going on, and so you start to read music, and it's all self-taught. And one of the lads, we'd all been out on a night out, and they used to love just coming back. And it would get to like midnight, and Newcastle can go until 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. But we were like, let's all go back to yours and put the decks on. All right, okay. So all them would be getting hammered. And then one of the guys was like, let's write. Like, so we started writing stuff while we were hammered and stuff. And then one of them was like, oh, try and do a hip hop track. So I was like, well, show me something. So he put it on YouTube. I was like, give me like 5 minutes, put my headphones on and come out. And they were like, what the fuck? And now it's like, I can sit there, and we've done it in Chicago a few times, and I enjoy it. Like, I really want to get in it. I just don't know any kind of rap vocalist, so I've got to kind of take acapellas off the internet, you know, like Tupac or whatever I can find. And if you buy a sample pack kind of the hip hop vocals,
oh my God.
Shit,
there you go, you're going to be a producer
of course. And
all these hip hop artists.
Of course, I want to write music, I want to do scores for films, I want to do as much as I can, you know, like, I want my mum to turn around at the end of her life and be like, that's my fucking son, do you know what I mean? Like, and he's done very well in life, and my sister be the same, you know. We've had a hard life with losing my dad and brother, as I say, and I just want to try and make my family and friends proud. So if I can do that through music, then brilliant.
Well, you do. So I will. Everyone's proud of you. I know that they're very proud of you. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure.
Amazing. It's amazing to be here.
Thank you
so
for
much.
being here.
Oh,
See you soon.
Yeah.